Hello, Aaron Weber here with the Initiative Franchise Compensation Plan, Definitions and Requirements. These are important. You need to understand these. I would hate for you to miss out on a significant return or cash because you missed checking some box. These boxes aren't just check the box for the sake of check the box. These are boxes that help you do and engage in the correct activities from which you'll be rewarded, from which builds a sustainable, genuine business. Now, we're going to introduce some new language. PV, TV, OV. We'll explain what these are and define them as we go forward. We'll also look at the requirements that you have beyond those definitions. For example, auto-ship, and then obviously the requirements for this PV, TV, and some of the structural elements you need in the way you build your business. Again, all of this isn't just busy work. These are the correct building activities that you'll get rewarded upon, that build a strong, sustainable, authentic business. Therefore, you'll want to be aware of them and work with them. Now, keep in mind also that many of these definitions and this presentation is designed to be an introduction for you. I would direct you, if you have questions, to the literature provided by the corporation, to your sponsor, to your upline, to your mentor, as to further clarification. I'm introducing concepts to you here and giving you a general introduction. If you want to drill down on that, and I certainly recommend that, then you go to the appropriate documentation and the appropriate people. First, PV, which is your personal volume. It's any volume that is done through your Unicity account ID number. For example, customers may order directly from Unicity using that ID number you've provided to them. Products that you order for your own personal use and consumption, or products that you may purchase to hold an inventory for subsequent later physical resale or sampling to prospects, etc., etc. Anything done through your Unicity ID number is PV, or personal volume. The next is TV. T for team. I love the concept of building teams, and the fact that your PV is part of your TV speaks to you being a key part of your team. So your TV is all of your PV, as demonstrated by those concentric circles, plus all of your non-managers that are frontline. If you've got someone frontline to you that is not yet a manager, and someone that's south of them that's not yet a manager likewise, that all forms part of your TV. It's all of the first month volume by new people you bring in, no matter how much volume that is. And it's also, here's a key point, all of the auto ships, which we'll define later, of all of your frontline managers. That becomes an important point, which we'll cover later on. Your OV, and these circles show as equally proportionate, they're not. Your OV is significantly larger than your TV, and we hope it grows significantly as you go forward. Your OV is all of your organizational volume. It's your PV plus your TV plus any volume beyond. Think of yourself as the northernmost point of your organization. Any volume south of you is your organizational volume. It's all the volume in your business. So what are some of the requirements? Well, from a PV perspective, you want to do 125 points. Ideally, specifically, as an auto ship. We'll get into that later on. Team volume, you want to do 1,000 points of team volume in a month in order to become a manager and get on the path of receiving those significant rewards. My strong recommendation to you is if you're going to have to do it in a month, may as well make that your first month. Just get that done. Thereafter, month 2 and beyond, it's 500 on an ongoing basis. So you set a threshold of performance, you start strongly, and then as life goes on, you can settle back to a slightly lower level. Ironically, it's going to grow over time to get vastly in excess of 1,000 points anyway, but those are the requirements. 1,000 in 1 month, ideally your first, and ongoingly thereafter 500 points of TV. OV, clearly as much as you can. You want to have that as much as you can, structured appropriately so you can be paid on it, and be paid as much as you can. You want to have an auto ship. You want to have that be at 125 points. And you want to get all of this set up and done and all these boxes checked in that first month. It's vital. It's critical to your business, your success, your momentum, your belief in yourself, and what you've associated with to get this done just as soon and as promptly as possible. Now this auto ship, what is it? Well, it's a standing order that's shipped automatically to you each month. The value needs to be 125 points. It needs to be set up on file. Now don't worry, you choose what is shipped, when it's shipped, you even choose if it's shipped. Now of course there's consequences if you cancel it, but if circumstances are such that you need to cancel it, you can do so. You go online and you adjust that order however you wish as to timing, amount, and even shipped or not. You have complete control over that. It's as a matter of convenience, and I would certainly recommend you set that auto ship up and train your people likewise to be shipped in the first week, certainly in the first half of the month. So that box is checked. You don't have to worry about that going forward, and you can focus more on helping others build their business. Let me give you a straightforward example. Here's you. You do your 125 through auto ship. Check that box. You may also get some customers, these little triangles here. I'm not going to show any value from them for the purpose of this illustration because it just confused the issue, but I want to remind you that that is a competence that you want to be aware of and focus on. You will aggregate customers over time, and they will add to your PV. For the purposes of this example, though, you've got PV of 125 just done through your auto ship. That 125 of PV carries on down to your TV. It is part, remember those concentric circles, it forms a part of your team volume. Then you bring in A and B and C, and they do what you're doing. They have their auto ships of 125 set up. So you have A, B, and C, 3 people at 125 for a total of 375. You have your 125. Guess what? You're systemically set in terms of the required ongoing amount for team volume. This is an ongoing monthly amount. You want to get that 1,000 threshold at some singular monthly point in time, ideally your first month. Going forward, once you've set yourself up properly, it happens almost automatically without any extra effort. Now, of course, added to that is new recruits and customer value from both you and A, B, and C, etc. This is the minimum requirement and shows how easily it can be set up to not just be achieved, but to be automatically achieved going forward. So, some advice. Do your PV. Do it via auto ship. You need to do PV anyway. Set it up so it's under auto ship. Get customers. That just augments the amount of PV you're doing. You're doing that. We'll have your people see that example. They'll do that. It augments the volume for everybody. Get it done in the first half of the month, ideally in that first week. Just get it done. You know you're going to have to do that volume in the course of the month. Get it done early in the month. So that worry, that requirement is out of the way. Set up your auto ship to be shipped the first week. TV, well, that's done by recruit. Bring in new people. Structure it properly. Have them set up their auto ship. Have them do, here's a surprise, have them do what you're doing. Train them to do that auto ship that first half of the month. Have them not worried about that requirement. Have them train their people likewise. All of you have your PV and TV set early in the month so you can worry then about growing your OV because you want to get some. You want to get as much as you can. You want to build that volume as robustly and deeply and widely as possible. Keep the leg volumes balanced. You need those 3 legs at least. I would suggest more that sets you up for additional franchise position benefits downstream. Keep in mind that as you get that volume, that balance and structure are important. You need to have balance between those legs, and I'd refer you to the Unicity documentation as to the detail on that. Nothing inordinate, but certainly supportive of building a genuine, authentic, predictable, and therefore sustainable business. So those are the minimum requirements. Those are things you want to be aware of, familiar with, teach, train, and have intimately involved in your business. They're for your benefit. They're for your people's benefit. They are for our mutual benefit. Be aware of them, focus them, set it up such that your business has those boxes checked very early in the month and you're moving forward. So in summary, don't worry. If you do 333, which would be defined as, I would suggest find 3 customers. I have those 3 little triangles there. Customers are valuable. Have at least 3 frontline and train those 3 people to go get their 3 people. If you do that, 3 customers, 3 frontline, help those 3 get their 3, you'll get more. If you can do 3, you can do 4 or 5. And that's good. It just augments or thickens or makes more robust the volume. Bring in new people and work with and for them. Be aware of their requirements. Train them, help them, watch on their behalf. If you do that, all else will fall into place. The best thing for you and for all and for overall volume is to do these fundamental activities and do them properly and well at the right time. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to do any of this. No one's holding a big sword over your head and saying, you've got to do this and you've got to do that. You can choose to do whatever you want. You just don't get the reward if you don't do the fundamentally correct building activities. All of PV, TV, balance, structure, all of these auto ships, all of these things are positive. They're affirmative. They make life easier. They are there for your benefit. And if they're there for your benefit, they're there for your people's benefit. They're there for mutual benefit. They will help us grow an authentic, predictable, sustainable, compelling, and robust business. Thank you.